Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, on this episode of the Bullet Points this morning, we are going to look at a fatal flaw of gun control that they don't like to say so much. Keep this in mind in reference to Illinois. They that can give, they can take away. If the government can give you a right, the government can take away a right if you allow them to, and that's what we're going to talk about. Everything is linked in the description box below. This is a pretty important one, so let me know what you guys think in the comments field. And send this out, please, because this highlights everything at the base level of what we talk about. Now I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, SDI, and then I'm going to show you everything on the other side. Now, I know a lot of you out there like to repair and upgrade your own guns. If you're looking for a way to take your hobby to the next level, Sonoran Desert Institute can help. The online programs at SDI cover armorer courses, gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting sports management, and more. Plus, all the tools and materials shipped directly to your door. It's never been a better time to get an education that you can actually use on the job, so what are you waiting for? Visit SDI in the description box below, and thank you so much to SDI for making the videos this week possible. But let's talk about this, guys, because every once in a while, when there's a high level of emotion, people are drunk with power, and they have a concise power base. You hear what their true thoughts are, and again, if you give government all the rights to grant you rights, they can just as easily take them away. Fire is a faithful servant and a fearful master. All right, George Washington, let's talk about it. Sizing up a state assault weapons ban. This is from Axios. Again, everything is linked. This is where you go when you give the government too much power. Governor J.B. Pritzker and Highland Park Mayor Nancy Rottering attended a White House event yesterday to mark the passage of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act on gun control. That's the Republican fail blog one, right? But at least publicly, Pritzker wants gun reform to go even further, and that's not a secret. It's what someone said in a position of power that really gave away the goat here. Why it matters. The governor is calling for a statewide ban on the kind of semi-automatic weapons used in last week's situation in Highland Park. The same time, President Biden is pushing to reinstate a 1994 assault weapons ban. Again, no surprises there. Quote, "We need to ban assault weapons, not just the state of Illinois, but nationally," Pritzker told CNN. Now, he's been on the bandwagon of get rid of every error across the board because it's not about rights, it's about safety. That's been his shtick forever. That's not a big surprise. It's still an infringement. It's still, in my opinion, un-American. But the point is, it's not a surprise whilst being un-American. This is the part where we start getting into issue when you reveal yourself a little too much because you're drunk with power and you have to, quote, do something. Pritzker has been talking up gun control measures since Highland Park, but he and Democrats in General Assembly postponed a special session this week that could have addressed the issue, and this is it right here. Some state Democrats have already started the process. State Representative Deb Conroy introduced a bill that would deny or revoke a firearm owner's identification card for anyone who attempts to cause physical self-harm or harm to others. So under the guise of public safety or self-safety, self-harm avoidance, she didn't say have red flag laws. It's incredibly important to understand this. What she said was revoke or deny FOID cards. Now, the important part there is FOID cards are what the state grants you the ability in Illinois to have a Second Amendment right. In Illinois, you cannot buy a gun without an FOID card. So essentially what she just said is, you know that license that we said was for public safety and it was all about making sure the enhanced background checks happened and a cooling down period? Yeah, we can go ahead and revoke that no matter what we want. Not a big deal because we're the government and this is about safety and self-harm. If you give the government too much power and the ability to regulate you and put licensing and requirements on your naturalized rights, in this case a Second Amendment of the United States, you give them to the point where they can go, well, we grant the FOIDs, we grant the licenses for the privilege of their rights, we can just simply take that away. Again, distinction is clearly drawn. This is not red flag laws to where if someone's a harm to themselves or they've threatened or someone's reported and there's a court order and there's, quote, due process. This is legitimately, we're just going to take away your license for your rights or deny it outright because you said that real mean post on Facebook that one time and we just can't really be trusting you with your rights. This is the way that it starts. Again, George Washington quote, "Fire is a faithful servant, but a fearful master. If you use it for as what it is, it's incredibly important." And he was referring to government. And if you let it get out of control, it becomes a fearful master. Those two things are pretty alike, and I think George Washington was spot on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you see the same thing I see here, or am I just seeing a dragon in the smoke that's not really there? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden. See you later.